This Monday.com ad was created by a team of people and AI agents. The agents wrote the copy and managed the timelines, while our human creative director made sure it all made sense. Easy. Create your own AI agent today on Monday.com.
Welcome to the RuPaul's Drag Race Recap Show for All Stars Season 11, Episode 10, titled Tell Me Something Good. My name's Joe Batanz, and I am joined, as always, by one patriotic co-host from the podcast, Pod is my co-pilot. Please say hello, hello, hello to one Taylor, the Latte Boy. Hello, Taylor.
Hello, everybody.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
I know
good.
how you're doing because we just did 32 minutes over at Just Between Us Girls, which you can get over at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia and join at the executive tier level and above. Also, remember, you can also get it on Apple Podcasts. You just scroll up right there underneath the name of our show and subscribe. I think it's like $6 and some change for that, because I don't know how much it is, because I get $5. And then Apple puts the Apple tax on it. I don't remember exactly what that is.
Okay.
So for like $5 plus the Apple tax, you get that as well. Plus the show early. You get the recap show when the Patreons do commercial free.
Oh, nice.
All right, Taylor. Well, you have nothing, because I'm thinking I'm going to try and see if we can get this in as close to the 30-minute mark as possible. I don't know why. That's my goal today.
Really?
Well, we'll see.
Okay. Well, happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're
we
very
talked
welcome.
about my birthday on Just Between Us Girls too.
Yeah. But I want everybody to know about it, that it was your birthday yesterday.
And cut to I start talking about my birthday all over again. I'm like, listen, I played Legend of Zelda and I watched the Rankin and Bass. Do you know about Rankin? Okay, we just had the whole conversation. All
This is where I go. It's 55 minutes in and we haven't even started talking about the show yet.
I know. The next thing you know, we're talking about, God, what would be a good thing that you and I would be talking about? We'll be talking about, I want to get this. We will be talking about, what is something you and I would be talking about for like 35 minutes?
What's happening versus That's My Mama, which was the better show.
Yeah, which both starred Mabel King. Yeah, we'll have like a whole 45-minute conversation about Mabel King.
Right. Mabel King.
It'll just be 45 minutes of Mabel King. I remember being a little kid, and I was over at my aunt and uncle's house, and my uncle was a radio, an X-ray tech. Okay. And at a hospital in Los Angeles. And he came home from work and he was like, "You'll never guess who I X-rayed today." And we were like, "Who?" And he's like, "Mabel King." Right?
Mm-hmm.
And my aunt started singing this song, which I later learned is just like a ripoff of a song from a John Waters film. But she was like, "I'm Mabel King, and I'll sit on you. And if you have a mom and pa, I'll sit on them too." And then my uncle got really, really angry, and they got in a big fight. I don't know. It was very strange.
She led a very sad life after
Mabel King did.
Mabel King died. She died in one of those. At least I think this is true. I know that she lost both of her legs, to diabetes.
Why X-raying her? X-rays came back. You have no legs.
Right. And I want to say she died in one of those homes for homeless actors. Those.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I occasionally go down rabbit holes of whatever happened to various TV sitcom actors and stuff. And I want to say that happened to Mabel King.
Well, Mabel King and Esther Roll, I think. So let's start with Mabel King. She left the first season after the first season of What's Happening because she didn't like essentially what she saw as the tomfoolery of the black. She thought it was basically kind of minstrelly. And I think she didn't like the direction, so she left what's happening. So that's why, like, on season 2 of What's Happening, Raj will, like, yell up the stairs to his mom or something like that. Like, she's not there. She's just...
or she's always off visiting family or something.
Yeah. And then I think Esther Roll felt the same way about Good Times, especially when JJ started to become, like, a big star. I think she didn't like... I think there's a lot of stories on her, Esther Roll. See, we did it, Taylor. It started from a joke, and now we just went on this whole thing about Mabel King. And Mabel King is also the mom in The Jerk. If you're a fan of comedy, Steve Martin's The Jerk. I mean, that was a seminal film for me as a young man. I saw that movie. I don't think again. Same thing. There's two things. Woody Allen was starting with the film Bananas, and Steve Martin, The Jerk. I saw them late at night. In the middle of the night, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? It is fucking genius. You know? The Jerk is... I should watch it again, but I feel like that holds up.
I've never seen The Jerk.
You've never seen The Jerk?
I've heard it's hysterical. I've heard that it's amazing, but no, I've never seen it. Mabel King was also Evelyn in The Wiz, and the original Broadway cast.
Oh, really?
And she was the one in the movie that sings No Bad News. So that for anybody who doesn't know her from That's My Mama, you might know her from
Taylor. No one listening to this right now. Deckhead's at home taking furious notes so he can study up on Mabel King right now. We're the only people keeping these people alive, right?
Yeah.
In Just Between Us Girls, I brought up Marty Ingalls. Who has brought up Marty Ingalls in 50 years?
It's who we are. It can't be helped. We will not be stopped.
Yeah. If there was a show of me, you, and Evil John, it would just be...
There would be a 6-part documentary on Pink Lady and Jeff.
Oh! 6 parts, you're shortchanging it. We'd have more episodes of the documentary than there were of the Pink Lady and Jeff. What Taylor's talking about is there was this variety show in the 70s. I don't even know who Jeff was. This guy Jeff.
I don't know either. Looking it up now.
I don't know who Jeff was. I don't think he had any association with the Pink Ladies before the show. But the Pink Ladies were this Japanese. I think they were a big hit in Japan. They have to have been, right?
Yeah.
And they were, I don't even think they were like stunningly beautiful. They were just these attractive Japanese ladies who spoke no English, zero English. And for some reason, I guess they must have had a hit song or something. I don't know what their thing was, but they had a brief moment of fame. So as they did in the 70s, if you hit your 15 minutes, for us, it would be like, like the yodeling kid would be on an episode of Ellen.
Yeah.
In the 70s, if that yodeling, he would have had a whole variety show.
He would have. You're right.
The yodeling kid would have had a variety show. And so they gave this variety show and they called it The Pink Lady and Jeff. And they had to bring Jeff in, this random ass annoying white guy, because
Jeff Altman.
The Pink Ladies did not speak English. So it's this horrible variety show where he's trying to do these bits with the Pink Ladies, but they're just saying things phonetically. It makes no sense. I think it only lasted like 3 or 4 episodes, right?
5. It was canceled after only 5 episodes, becoming infamous as one of the worst TV shows ever made.
I hesitate even bringing up Hello, Larry.
You brought up Hello, Larry before.
I know, but I don't want to bring it up because we can get into a conversation about Hello, Larry. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're actually... We're going to talk about this episode.
Oh, shit.
El martes 7 de julio, la espera termina. Operación Triunfo llega a Telemundo. Miles respondieron al llamado.
Este es mi destino.
Pero solo unos pocos llegarán a la Gala Cero.
Aquí todo el mundo está ready. Aquí hay nivel.
¿Quiénes serán los elegidos?
Me voy a ganar mi lugar en la Gala Cero.
Descúbrelo en el gran estreno de Operación Triunfo Estados Unidos. Martes 7 de julio por Telemundo y Peacock.
Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Here's a little tune to help you remember. Same drive, different day. Don't you wish you were getting away? Pack your bags and come on through. Texas, Ohio, Alaska, we're up there too. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Well, I hope you like my little song. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Looking for a protein shake that tastes as good as it performs? Meet Rockin' Protein Max. Packed with 50 grams of fuel, it'll help you keep up when your day won't slow down. And because it's always creamy and never chalky, every sip tastes great. Even better, it's lactose-free and has 0 added sugar. It's not every day you find a protein shake you actually want to finish. Catch Rockin' Protein in the dairy cooler at a store near you. Rockin' Protein and Shamrock Farms are registered trademarks of Shamrock Foods Company.
This week, the top... I'm still tired after the break. This week, the top queens from all 3 brackets merged together for the semifinals. For this week's Maxi Challenge, the girls must tell a captivating story on stage. On the runway, the category is Red Carpet Realness. On the main stage, Crystal Method was named the winner of the challenge, while the contestants placed Kennedy and Akira Davenport in the bottom 2, forcing them to face off in a lip-sync battle for their lives. In the end, Akira lived to see another day, while Kennedy Davenport was asked to sashay away. Tato the Latte Boy, name 2 things you liked about this episode and 1 thing you did not.
I like being right.
About what?
I said in the beginning of the season when they announced the cast that they were going to give us a battle of the Davenports, and they did.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So that I like that this show surprised me because I really thought it was going to be Kennedy at the end of the season.
I thought she had what it took to go all the way.
Yeah. So now I don't really know who it could be that wins. There's a couple of people, but I like there isn't a clear front runner in my mind at least. The thing I did not like, I mean, there's part of it that I don't like that Kennedy went home because I just kind of don't. It was a very mixed bag as far as the presentations go. So there were some that I thought were definitely better than others, and it just was sort of one of those. This is something I like and don't like, so I'm kind of adding like a 2.5 on there as far as things I do like. I like that they did the what would you say to little so and so this way rather than the where we're going to stand and cry and we're going to flash a picture up, put a picture right up in your face about the from when you were little. So in that regard, I kind of like that. Didn't like that, but I did. I don't know. It's weird. It was a weird episode.
So a couple of things that I liked. I know there's one thing I like for sure. I liked. I have the one thing, but I'm saving that for my second like. I liked. Okay, I'll say this. I don't hate in terms of. I don't know if I really like that. Kicking it back. I don't know. I'll say the one thing I liked. I because you know what, it almost counts for 2 likes because how much I loved this lip sync.
Yeah, I was saving that for later. I figured we would talk about that.
I think RuPaul said it, but and sometimes she uses hyperbole and it's just not right. I.e. calling Deja. No, not is that her name?
Yeah, Deja
Sky, the lip sync assassin, right? But this truly was a lip sync for this is going to go down in not the greatest lip sync, but it's in the pantheon of great lip syncs from the show.
The greatest of the season for sure.
Oh, yes. For recent seasons. I mean, this is up this is now in my top 10 for sure.
Excellent.
I can't think of another thing that I liked. Didn't like is, and I guess this doesn't really have to do with the show. Oh, I'll say this for the thing I liked. I think I liked that there's drama brewing between Akira and Silky. Hopefully it pays off. I don't know if it's going to pay off or not, but I like that there's drama brewing. Okay.
Yeah.
Thing I didn't like, and this is only not tangentially, but it's only like an offshoot of the show. And I guess we'll get into this. I know I've already talked to people who disagree with me, but I'm one of the people who didn't think Joey J won. And Reddit is exploding. Now, look, here's the deal and why I say I don't like it. I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit, right? So, like,
yeah,
who wins, who doesn't win, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I think what is the underlying thing, because if it was one of these things where there was a normal discourse about Joey J and Reddit, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, Joey J should have won, I would have been like, yeah, well, okay, I could see the argument. He did that funny bit or whatever, right? Yeah. But the amount of anger and fervor, and we're over this show because this show is not fair. This show is this because Joey J didn't win this fucking challenge. I'm like, right. The gay community needs to take a hard look at itself. They really do. And by the way, I like Joey J. I think he's charming. I think he's funny. I will talk about what I think the flaws are, why I think the correct person won, and why I think Joey J didn't win. And we'll get into it. I'll share my logic, but the reaction to this Joey J, there's always this little darling that they choose and this precious angel that can never be. Joey J's now in Katya territory when Katya was in the show, where like they can do no wrong. And if they don't win every challenge, it's a miscarriage of justice and all this stuff. So I don't know. What are your thoughts here?
Well, it's the cute white twink mentality of that, where we have to protect, we have to protect the cute white twink, and they should just get everything. And I liked Joey J's probably the best of all of them, and was a little surprised that he didn't win. But I mean, ultimately, that was 2 days ago I watched the show. I've moved on with my life. I don't sit up at night going, like, staring at the ceiling going, why didn't he win? I don't understand.
But there are people making TikToks about it and everything. Yeah, I see it all the time. They're so angry.
It's not that serious. It's drag. I mean, come on.
Joey J's fine, everybody.
Yeah. No, I think Joey J has brought a breath of fresh air into this. And because if Joey J, the personality, I think, is something that was going to be needed for this cast.
Yeah.
For the semifinalists, because I think you have a lot of, you've talked about Akira and Kennedy both like not giving a lot of, like, they give great looks, they give great performances usually, but the whole like flat personality sort of thing. Whereas Joey J kind of comes in, and Joey J just looks like they're just glad to be there. Yeah. Like, he just looks like he's having fun. And he's I said it a couple weeks ago, he's got that golden retriever mentality of, I'm just so happy to be around people and to hang out and make Rue laugh.
Yes. He's not, it doesn't seem like he's there thinking he's going to win or anything like that. And, and Joey J is getting a well-deserved, revitalization in his career. Good for Joey J, and I'm very happy for him, and that's awesome. It's just that's why I say it has nothing to do with Joey J specifically. And you can have probably an intelligent conversation about why Joey probably should have won. I'm just saying the reaction online. You know what it reminds me of? Do you know about this cupcake drama?
Yes.
The cake pop drama?
The cake pop or the Fruity Pebbles?
The Fruity Pebbles cake pop, yeah.
Oh, are they cake pops? Yeah.
Yeah, the cake pops. So, but people don't know.
I'm familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
But people who don't know, on TikTok, there's this drama because there's this very popular, she had like 750,000 followers on TikTok, and she makes cake pops, right? And she had this Fruity Pebbles one, and she has the recipe for it in her book and whatnot, right? And then there's this other creator, we'll come back to her, and she saw this video and liked it, sort of guessed how this woman did it, and then made her own and made a video. And she even gave credit in the caption, gave credit to this woman for where she got the video and whatever. Well, the original person, her name's Cakes by Katie, she DM'd, well, first she makes this nasty video about how this woman stole her copyrighted material. FYI, by the way, you can't copyright a recipe.
Right. I've seen videos about that too, that it is not possible. It is not legal to yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lawyer explain this, and the way she explained it was really well. She was an IP lawyer, but essentially you can't copyright something. I'm probably going to get this wrong. You can't copyright anything that results in a practical result or something like that. Something like that, right? So, so she goes, and this is true. I knew this. This is why on those stupid blogs, they put these long ass stories and shit.
Yes.
Because they can copyright that. All right. So everyone just fucking, so then she sends like this, like these threatening messages to the girl who, said that she's going to sue her and shit like that. Right. So anyway, everyone the girl makes a video. She's crying, sobbing that Cakes by Katie, did this. And actually doesn't say anything negative about Cakes by Katie. It's just like, I don't know why she's doing this to me. I'm sorry. I thought I did everything right. Yada, yada, yada. And the internet just comes for this Cakes by Katie. She starts losing followers. She loses the collaborations. And then Cakes by Katie makes this dumb apology. Like, well, I guess I'm sorry kind of apology. Right?
Yeah.
And the reason, here's what I'm getting at, and this goes to Joey J. This is why I'm bringing this all up. Is some people said, like, this isn't the first time Cakes by Katie has done this, right? She's done this multiple times. So, like, we don't know why she's, this time it hit. And I'll tell you exactly why. And by the way, I'm on this girl's side. I am not on Cakes by Katie's side. What a rotten, horrible person, right?
Right.
You make fucking cake pops. Calm down, right? It was a little cute blonde girl crying. Whenever there are white girl tears, the way little cute white girl tears, the way that the entire population just like, this person must be protected at all costs, and they come for fat, ugly Cakes by Katie. And look, they should have, but they also should have done it for whatever fat pig probably copied it before, but they didn't care because it wasn't a cute little white girl crying. Right. Now a cute little blonde. Now, do you know that the cute little blonde white girl has like almost 1 million followers now?
No, I didn't know that. I watched enough of it to go, okay, this is.
She only had like 10,000.
The world's on fire. I don't need to know about this. But
she only had like 10 or 20,000. Now she has almost 1 million. She's surpassed Cakes by Katie, and I'm like, this is the Joey J thing. Is Joey J is this? No, Joey J's not crying or anything like that. But he's this little cute blonde white boy, gay white boy, who's funny. And they're like, he must be protected at all costs, And so like,
yeah,
why isn't he winning every challenge? Give him the crown. He must have everything he wants. And so that's, again, nothing against Joey J, but that's the part that sort of bothers me.
Okay.
Thank you. We haven't gotten to the episode yet. I said we're going to be done in 30 minutes.
We have 9 minutes. We have 9 minutes to do the whole episode.
On the main stage, the 7 returning girls return to the main stage and meet their 8th contestant, Joey J. RuPaul also took the time to announce this week's Maxi Challenge. The girls must tell an entertaining story that offers a life lesson to their younger selves. In the workroom, the girls de-drag, decompress, and dish the dirt. Akira reveals that she and Silky are not in speaking terms. Meanwhile, the girls immediately try to build alliances. The next day, the girls enter the workroom ready to work on their maxi challenges. Silky apologizes to Crystal for going back on her word for her vote. Meanwhile, the girls share their progress and ideas about the challenge with each other. Believe it or not, we're going almost the whole episode on this one. Next, the girls sat with RuPaul and guest judge Evan Mulrooney to run their ideas and get some feedback on their stories. Crystal seems to struggle with the challenge, but Silky smells a stunt. Finally, it's elimination day and the girls get ready for the challenge. The girls wonder whether they should use note cards and strategize the Raid of Queen portion. Later, the girls gab while they apply their makeup. Let's stop right there, which is basically the bulk of the story portion of the episode, but there's not much to it. Let's start with those main stage entrances when they came on for the merge. Any thoughts you had here, Taylor?
I thought everybody looked great. It's usually there's at least one that I kind of go, oh, but I thought all of them looked super polished. I thought Silky looked great. I mean, I was very pleased that everybody kind of was like, oh, this is our chance to really sort of really sort of shine and show why we are in the semifinals. And I thought everybody did wonderful.
All right, very good. The only thing I had was like when they introduced Dawn and Akari, I was like, if you would have asked me before the episode who were the two queens that went from bracket 1, I would not have been able to tell you.
Yeah. It's
I would have
amazing
been
how
like, I don't know.
that was 6 or 7 weeks ago, and it's already out of our brains.
Yeah. All right, then they go into the workroom. And then they're just sort of just chit-chatting while they do the merge and stuff like that. And like, oh, yeah. Any thoughts here?
It's interesting that they were able to bring in, like, the real world as far as the fight between Silky and Akira, that actually is going to be part of the show. Something that happened. I'm not even sure exactly when that happened. If that happened between like how long ago was this taped? Was this taped recently? Or
no, it was
this
taped. Actually, it was taped quite a while ago. It was taped last August or something, almost a year ago.
Okay. So,
or maybe even June. It might have been June. It might have been over a year ago.
Okay. So I just think that that's interesting that maybe we will see something happen from that. Are they still not talking? Do we know if they're
as far
still
as I know, you don't know what they can tell, what they can't tell. But Akira was at Roscoe's and she made it seem that they're not friends, and also alluded to the fact that something had just happened right before they went back to taping. I believe, I could be wrong. We're covering this on the rumor mill next week. But if I'm not mistaken, Akira had been reaching out to Silky but been ignored, trying to sort of patch things up. And then something happened right before they went back for the merge. So there were some very raw feelings going into this.
Oh, it seemed it was during different parts where they were there and kind of talking about it. There's one scene where like Silky sort of looks over at her like, don't say my name. Like, it was palpable between them, as far as that it was clear that there was some discomfort there as far as them being around each other. But yeah, I'd be curious to know the deets.
Okay, then there's scenes in the workroom where they're actually working on their story. So what, for people who don't watch, a couple of things, let's just sort of explain what's going on. There's not much. So what Taylor's talking about is during the merge, everything seems normal, but then Akira and Kennedy are chatting, but Akira does casually mention that, she's trying to stay away from Silky and they're not talking, and we learn that there's some sort of beef there. And then in the workroom, they're working on their challenge, which the way the challenge is read is that they have to basically tell stories from their life, addressing their younger selves.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to work out what those stories are going to be, what they're going. And that's the only instruction. I think that's important, is they just have to tell stories about from their lives addressing their younger selves. In the workroom, any thoughts there?
No, not really. It was standard. So what are you going to talk about? What are you going to talk about? So can I depend on you for MVQ,
yes, we're talking about the votes
Rate
again.
of Queen or whatever?
I know.
So it was that was a little disappointing when Rue said that they're going back to that.
I thought bracket 3 was the most boring bracket. So it's annoying to me that there's 4 of the queens from bracket 3 are in this. But then look at, Jasmine is annoying, so I guess it is better television. But I was talking to Nathan yesterday, and we were talking about the episode, and I was talking about how annoying this fucking Jasmine Kennedy is.
Yeah.
And I said, like, whenever she's on the screen, I become a turf. And
oh, Joe.
And I go, like, you know what? Whenever Jasmine's talking, I'm always like, maybe J.K. Rowling has a point. But only when Jasmine's talking.
Only when Jasmine's talking.
Yeah. And by the way, Crystal's like, should I trust Silky? I'm like, no, you should not trust Silky. Do not trust Silky.
No.
Those are my only thoughts in the workroom. Okay, then we go to this table read. I saw on our Discord that some of the listeners were thirsting over this Evan Mulrooney. What are your thoughts here?
Oh, he could do whatever he wanted to me. I'd be fine
really?
with that. Yeah. I've seen his videos on Instagram for quite a while, and I've always thought he was kind of cute in a he probably smells a little sort of way.
Oh, he smells for sure.
And he was on the last season of Only Murders in the Building, and he was pretty good in that too. But But I mean, I definitely liked looking at him. I wonder what he looks like without a mustache, though. I feel like the mustache is sort of what like brings like everything together.
Do you think there's pictures of him without a mustache? Look, let's see. Let's Google that. But I'll be honest with you. Doesn't really do it for me. I see it. It's I see why people I get. It's not like I look at him and go like, "What's wrong with everybody?" I get it. Oh, I think you're right, but I can't find a picture with him without a mustache. You know what it is? Is he looks like that guy to me. He was a comedian that hung out with a lot of those famous quirky comedians like Sarah Silverman and stuff like that. But then he turned out to be like a 9/11 person. I feel like his name's Jay or something like that, right?
Okay.
And I think he was at the cap. I think he was not 9/11. Sorry, January 6th. I feel he was at January 6th too, and I think he might even gone to jail or was arrested. I can't remember his name. He kind of looks like that guy. I can't remember what his name was. Anyway,
well, I found one picture of him.
Oh.
He apparently was a football player in college.
Mm-hmm.
And I was right. The mustache is really kind of what he was also a lot beefier when he was a football player, but that's him without.
No. Put the mustache on. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was an interior offensive lineman.
Offensive, all right, without that mustache. All right, let's go to that table read then with Evan Mulrooney. Any thoughts there?
I didn't understand what they were like. Tell us the story, but don't tell us the story. Give us an example of something. And then it almost turned into like a weird improv challenge. It was just a very odd getting them all. It was an excuse to get Rue to participate in something, which I felt was kind of rare anymore.
Yeah.
We don't see, she usually sends out Michelle or Carson or Ross, but also I guess to show like people that why Evan Mulroney was there as the guest judge that week. It just was an odd, it was an odd clip.
It was an odd clip because also, and again, this will come back, we didn't see everything, but it didn't seem like, it felt like it was being filmed for television, but they weren't really there to help them. It didn't feel like they were, and I was like, what does Evan Mulrooney know about telling stories? He's an actor. Is he known as a writer? Did it say he's a writer?
I don't
really know anything about him. Look. And then this Jasmine.
Well, I mean,
Go ahead.
he does the videos. I mean,
I don't know anything about him. I don't know. And but I didn't really have much to say. It was just a lot of the same sort of just talking. A lot of sound and fury signifying nothing, essentially.
Yeah.
And so, like, again, people who aren't watching, you're not missing anything. A lot of it's just like talking, blathering, but it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't move any sort of story along. There's no developments. It's just talking. And then let's go to this elimination day. Any thoughts here?
No. I really don't. It was a very odd episode. There were things about it that I liked and other things that I'm like, why are we doing this?
Yes.
Are they that desperate to fill time?
Yeah. Did you hear our Mabel King discussion? So the only thing I have to say is Akira saying that she's going to vote fairly because they might reveal the vote. I'm like, this is a smart bitch. She's right. They're going to reveal the votes. Yeah. And if they reveal the vote, so if she puts Silky last out of spite, it'll come back to bite her in the ass. So voting fairly was very, very smart on Akira's part. All right, well then let's go to this maxi challenge. Why don't we just run down? Let's talk first in a general sense, just general, not specifics. What were your thoughts on this challenge? How it felt? Whatever.
I think with the right training or coaching, some of them could have been really, really good. Mm-hmm. I also appreciate that none of them ended with a voice breaking or, anything like that. It felt like they were trying to keep things as comedic as possible, which is good, which when she asks that, congeniality question at the end, that's not about comedy. It's about, heartfelt. So, but I mean, there were a couple that were very cringy, which were definitely going to talk about the one. It wasn't going to go down in history as one of my all-time favorite maxi challenges that they've ever done, but it also wasn't the worst thing they've ever done either. It was very mid. It was a very mid maxi challenge to me.
It was long and it was boring.
Well, that too.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is never ending. There's 8 of them, right?
Yeah.
And you're right. This is one where, and maybe they did have work but it was not. This is one where I think perhaps the instructions were too vague to the girls, because maybe you have a better memory than I do, but some of them, and we'll get to them, I don't even remember what the point of the story was. Dawn, what was Dawn's story? Let's go down the line. Dawn's
story was about her getting high at a beach house with her friends.
Okay.
And calling the cops on herself.
Yeah, because she thought that their friends were dying. Okay, so now let's take the challenge. What was the lesson to her younger self?
I have no idea.
Okay, exactly. And then also, why did the beach patrol show up? Did she call the wrong people, or the cops?
She might have called the wrong, or the police just said, just go and check it out and make sure that they're okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I that point again. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't the worst of them, but I was like, well, what was the point of this story? Where did it go? What was the advice to your younger self? What was the beginning, the middle, the end? Joey J. What was his story?
Joey J's story was about sneaking out of the house and going to a gay bar and meeting a drag queen who was always very supportive of him, and being, I think the point of that was
diapers.
They used to change his diapers.
Wasn't that the point? Was that he met the drag queen? She kind of hit on him. Then he went home and told his mom, and the mom was like,
"Oh, that was the twist." Yeah,
yes, that she used to babysit Joey J, and then he went back and told the drag queen that, and then she kind of took him under her wing, right?
Yes.
What was so again? My question is, what was the lesson to the younger self?
I don't know. I do know that I've seen video where that drag queen was watching in a bar and didn't know that he was going to tell that story, and that it's a nice video.
Okay. I'm sorry, I was drinking something there.
That's okay.
So this is the one that I thought should have won. She had that funny bit. I'm gonna be a little nitpicky here, and like I said at the beginning, we can have an intelligent conversation about why someone might think Joey J should have been the winner. I'm not saying, she was horrible or anything like that. But everyone's like, she clearly was the winner. What's going on? I don't know what this show is rigged or whatever. I'm just saying, like, I could see an argument why they didn't give her the win. Right? She did that bit, but the point of the challenge, and I said the challenge could have used some more specific instructions. But the point of the challenge wasn't make us laugh, which this will come back with the Kennedy thing either. They never said be funny. They didn't say tell a funny story. They just said say something to your younger self that gives you advice to your younger self, right? Mm-hmm. And so while the bit that Joey was doing was funny, okay, but did that meet the challenge is my question. I don't know that it did.
Yeah.
But anyway, Defender, Taylor, you're white.
She should get whatever she wants because she's cute and blonde.
Oh, okay, there you go. Next, we have speaking of Jasmine Kennedy.
So Jasmine's was about going and putting on makeup and then getting called to like band practice or a band performance or something and thinking that she got all of the makeup off but didn't.
Yeah.
and having a mom that was, when she told her mom about it, that's sort of how she came out to her mom, and her mom was really supportive. And I feel like she ended in a way that said, there's times it's going to be tough, but know that you have a mom that's, amazing, that will support you twice. Mm-hmm. Like when you come out and then when you come out as trans. Yeah. And so in that regard, I feel like she kind of did do the challenge.
She did do the challenge. Yeah. And ultimately, look, and I'm not saying she was bad. I think it was sort of middle of the road. If I were to have a criticism, and this is just, and this has nothing to do with this specific story, I think the reason Jasmine Kennedy is annoying as fuck is, one, she's annoying. But two, is all of her stories are very self-aggrandizing. There's no vulnerability or anything that's even remotely self-effacing. She does, I will say this, in her casual conversations, she does seem to be saying like, oh, I'm a dork, or I'm annoying, or I'm nerdy, or something like that, right? But when she does these things, there's no sense of vulnerability. It's about how she's fucking hot, and she's, amazing and beautiful and all this stuff. And I don't think that comes across very well in her performances.
I don't know about that part as far as this story goes. I think the showing up someplace thinking that you were, you had everything put together and then didn't realize you got mascara off. I think there is a vulnerability to that, of where like that's the the chink in the armor as far as that. Oh shit!
What the fuck did you just say?
Thinking that I was, I had it down pat as far as nobody's going to know that I'm gay. But now suddenly there's been enough of, a revelation where people can start to figure it out. I mean, I would think anytime she opened her mouth, people would know she was gay.
Yeah.
But, it's amazing what we tell ourselves as kids, that we are, unclockable.
Very good. All right, let's move on to Kennedy Davenport. Thoughts?
It's very disappointing. Kennedy told a story about getting called down to the principal's office and then dressed up like her mom and sort of like acted as her mom, beating the crap out of Kennedy. But I don't know if she beat the crap out of Kennedy in front of the principal, if that was just showing what would happen. It was a very weird.
The principal beat her too.
The principal, gave her a spanking, but then the mom came in and then I guess beat the shit out of her with a belt. And I don't know how the level of that was supposed to be funny, given, it just was very hard to watch. It was very cringy. And then ending it with that, and that's how I win comedy challenges. I went, oh, that's not good. That's a presuming something that you really have no right to be presuming.
And that's probably what was awkward was I wonder how much, this is a very interesting conversation. I would love to hear Black people talk about this. I wonder how that would have played to a Black audience. I wonder if that was something specifically catered to a Black audience. And maybe, the audience there, that wasn't right for them. And so they didn't see the humor in that, I'm not saying that it was humorous, but, or it just could be she just didn't pull it off and it wasn't funny. That said, I wonder, I didn't remember that line where she said, that's how you win comedy challenges, because I was thinking like, maybe this was something serious. I don't know. It wasn't great. Look, ultimately, it just wasn't good. If it was good, people would have forgiven it a lot more, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Silky Nutmeg Ganache.
Silky told the story about singing in the choir.
Yeah.
And then at the end of her first solo, throwing the microphone back and yelling sexual chocolate.
Yeah.
Which made me laugh. And I thought that was a cute story as far as being told, don't let, because the woman that was in the church pulled her aside and said, don't let anybody dim your light or something like that. You have a voice like that, but your mom is still going to beat your ass. So I thought which was a funny way to kind of put a little twist on the end. So in that regard, I think she did do the assignment as far as telling a story, an entertaining story, ending it with a message, and even ending it after the message with a little comedic
But then why was it funny when her mom beat her ass, but not when Kennedy's mom beat her ass?
Because it wasn't a 30 seconds of Kennedy just going whack, 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 whack with the belt. And she just said, you're going to get your ass beat. She didn't actually show the ass getting beat.
I thought Silkus was good. Akira C. Davenport.
Akira's was about going and getting silicone injections. Yeah. And did she end up like sick? She ended up in the hospital or something?
Does she say that?
I don't remember. I just remember them talking about going and getting the injection and going, the rabbit needle, those are okay.
Yeah.
And going down the line as far as all the different ones. But
Akira's wasn't good.
Akira's wasn't good. No.
And I don't even know what the message was.
She stood behind a screen for a while, changing out of one dress to another, and that took entirely too long.
Yeah. Sam Starr.
I do not remember what Sam Starr's story was.
I don't remember either, but I remember it being like, meh. Like it was
okay, but if you and I can't remember that, that's a sign.
I just think that's more indicative. I think Sam Starr's is a very, very forgettable person that does the challenges, but there's nothing memorable about anything that she does. And in fact, it's even on the bad side of competent. It's just like, well, I guess you ticked all the boxes, but like, I don't know that it excited me in any kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then finally, Crystal Method.
Crystal Method told a story about staying on a bus too long and like going all the way back, I guess, to the bus depot.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bus driver had to drive her home himself or something. I don't remember the message at the end, but I thought
the message was to use your voice and speak up for yourself or something.
Yes, you're right. It was. I apologize. I thought that it was probably the best performed of everybody's. So it felt like there was a level of confidence there in telling the story, whereas I feel like some of the other ones were a little too like, So in that regard, I can see why she was in the top.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Yeah, I saw why she was in the top. She told the story. Some people were like, well, it was made up. It wasn't a real story. I'm like, okay. Again, nothing said it had to be a real story.
Right.
That's why I said the challenge that instructions should have been more specific, but she had a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it had a message. All right, the runway. The category was red carpet realness. Taylor, you often have thoughts on these these runway looks. What are your thoughts here?
The main thought that I had was for Crystal's outfit. Crystal's outfit was, to me, like amazing. I thought it was really, really cool. It was a good use of color, a good use of patterns. Like Michelle even said that this shouldn't work, but it does. Yeah. And I think part of that is if it is tailored impeccably, that goes a long way. And this was an outfit that was super, super polished. So in that regard, I thought that it was a really well done look.
All right. I didn't have any thoughts on the looks.
Yeah,
I never do.
I feel like I'm missing somebody, but I can't remember.
At the end of the day, who cares?
The show is the show, Joe.
I saw this TikTok about this guy. I thought this TikTok was horrifying. And even more horrifying were the responses. But then I saw more videos from his creator. I went through his profile and I was like, he's actually kind of a rotten person too. It was this gay guy and he was telling a story about how he was invited to a 4th of July party. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And his mom is dying of, and he's RSVP'd yes into this 4th. I think it was a gay 4th of July party. He didn't say that, but I'm assuming it was. Well, his mom is dying of cancer. She has stage 4 breast cancer. She's dying. And she said, oh, I thought we would spend the 4th of July together, And he said to her, yeah, you know what, you're right. So he messaged a friend. He goes, do you mind if I bring my mom? And the person having the party said, actually, we'd rather not have your mom come. So he was like, well, then I'm not going to your party, right? And so he's like, he just wrote to them, okay. And he didn't go. And he was asking the internet, should he say anything or blah, 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 blah. And a lot of the responses were like, it's rude to invite a person to you already RSVP for one and to bring someone else to someone else's party. I'm like, that what? That's not the fucking point. But there was somebody who wrote, in 10 years, you're not going to even remember this party happened, but you'll always remember the time you spent with your mom. And I said yes. And I don't know why I'm relating it to this episode, but in a year, we're not going to remember this episode. So we're going to really go like, oh my God, we didn't document every fucking look from this red carpet realness. By the way, went to go see this guy's other TikTok videos, and it was just sort of disappointing because he was just another one of those typical like, why does no one date me? Meanwhile, he's conventionally attractive. And I was like, yeah, you can go fuck yourself too. You're invited to my party. All right. On the main stage, Crystal Method was named the winner of the challenge. This forces the girls to go backstage and rate each other to see who will land up in the bottom two. After the Rate a Queen segment, the girls returned to the main stage where RuPaul announced that the two queens with the lowest scores were Kennedy Davenport and Akira C. Davenport, forcing them to face off in a lip sync battle for their lives. The song Nobody's Supposed to Be Here by Deborah Cox. In the end, Akira was told, Shantae, you stay, while Kennedy Davenport was asked to sashay away. Taylor the Latte Boy, did the right queen win the challenge? Were the right two queens in the bottom? And did the right queen get the chop?
Did the right queen win the challenge? As we sat and talked about it, I think that it definitely made a case for Crystal to have won. So in that regards, yes, Crystal was right to have won the challenge. I also think there's something to be said that what that would have looked like had, the rest of them except for Joey earned their place into this, whereas this was just sort of a luck, I'm using Rabbitoos here, luck of the draw.
Yeah.
That, so if Joey had come in as the wild card and then won the first challenge, I don't know, that probably played against Joey in the final decision.
Yeah.
I think that. Were the right two queens in the bottom? Yes, absolutely. Did the right queen win the lip sync? Yes. Babalu came out and sort of watched the last half of the lip sync and said, Kennedy did really good. And I said, Akira just killed her, just murdered her. It was one where, and that's not saying that Kennedy didn't do great. But there was an energy to Akira that I did not see in Kennedy.
I think they both did fantastic. I felt this was worthy of a double Shantae. And this is one of those cases where I think the show sort of fucked itself by having this stupid Jasmine Kennedy go forward in the competition. And so putting 8 queens in this, and now they're stuck where they can't have another week with 8 queens. They only have so many episodes.
Right.
And because this was worthy of a double Shantae to me.
I could see an argument for that in a different...
But I see why. I guess I agree with you, but for a different reason. So my thing would be like, look, you have these two. Whose storyline is done? Kennedy doesn't really have a storyline. Akira still has the silky TV drama storyline. So we're going to keep Akira. But you could have made an argument for either one winning this lip sync. They were both. That fainting thing that was everything. Like I literally hearty laughed out loud when Kennedy did that. And I never have any kind of reaction when I'm watching these things. So, this lip sync gave me total joy, and I wanted both of them to stay, and I was a little sad.
Yes.
I wish they would have just done a double sachet next week or something.
It was a joyous lip sync, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on this episode?
There's part of me, though, that feels bad for Kennedy having come back so many times and never, at what point do you just ignore Lucy with the football?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I feel for Kennedy. She is an amazing queen. And I could see a world where she definitely could be an all-star winner. I thought this was going to be her season.
Yeah,
I thought that when they announced it, I'm like, oh, well, I think a lot of people just assume that given the Ginger Minge effect of last season. And there's part of me that almost wonders if they did this so that we all didn't just go into it like we're all of a sudden we're all like, holy shit, she's not there. That means that the person that we assumed was going to win the whole time isn't there, which means now it's, it's anybody's game kind of thing. I mean, she almost gave production a gift by doing so bad in the in the Maxi Challenge to where they could give it to somebody else or somebody else could earn it. Let me change that.
Yeah, it's a shame to see her go, but she'll be fine. She's an icon.
Yeah, icon. Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Recap. Be sure to join us next week and every week as we continue to discuss, dissect, and deconstruct each brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 11. So for Tato the Latte Boy and myself,
sashay away until next week.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why customers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.